Hello, sixth grade. So if you did the Kahoot, awesome. If you wanted to review more, here's that review video. So I'm basically just going to go over the vocabulary and then a few things that you really should know from each lesson, excuse me. So let's start. So we have vocabulary. Let me move my bubble. There we go. Okay, I'll go back. So vocabulary. I'm just going to read through them all. So you have a solid, which is a definite shape and a definite volume. A crystalline solid, a solid with particles that form a regular repeating pattern, which then creates crystals. An amorphous solid, which is not arranged in a regular pattern. A liquid has a definite volume but not a shape of its own. A fluid is a substance that flows. Surface tension is an inward force or pull among the molecules in a liquid that brings those on the surface closer together. Viscosity is a liquid's resistance to flowing. Gas has neither a definite shape nor a definite volume. Pressure is gas particles move and collide with each other. And this starts lesson 2. Melting is the change in state from a solid to a liquid. A melting point is the point or specific temperature at which pure crystalline solids melt. Freezing is a change of state from a liquid to a solid. Vaporization, change in state from a liquid to a gas. Evaporation is the vaporization that takes place only on the surface of a liquid. Boiling, vaporization that takes place both below and at the surface of a liquid. A boiling point is the temperature at which a liquid boils. Condensation is the change in state from a gas to a liquid, which is the reverse of vaporization. Sublimation occurs when the surface particles of a solid gain enough energy that they form a gas. And then we start lesson 3. Let me move my bubble off a little more. There we go. Okay. Charles's law said that when the temperature of a gas at constant pressure, meaning the pressure doesn't change, is increased, its volume increases. And when the temperature of a gas at constant pressure is decreased, its volume decreases. And then I'm going to skip and read Boyle's law first. So Boyle's law is when the pressure of a gas at constant temperature, again meaning it doesn't change, is increased, the volume of the gas decreases. And then when the pressure is decreased, the volume increased. So then we have directly proportional and inversely proportional, which are the opposites of each other. Directly proportional is the relationship between two variables whose graph is a straight line passing through the point 0, 0. And then inversely proportional is when the product of two variables is constant. So remember, if you take your x and your y and add them together, or multiply them together, they're going to equal the same thing no matter which x and y you take. So what to remember from lesson 1? Solids. Particles are packed closely together and it has a definite shape and volume. Liquids, the particles are free to move. It has a definite volume but not a shape of its own. Gases, particles spread out to fill all the space available, neither definite shape nor definite volume. And then the slower the particles move, the less energy and lower temperature. And then the faster they move, the greater the energy and the higher the temperature. Lesson 2, melting versus freezing. Melting a solid to become a liquid, and then the reverse, freezing that liquid to become a solid. Vaporization has 2 different types, evaporation and boiling, both of a liquid to then become a gas. And then condensation is the reverse of vaporization, a gas becoming a liquid. And lesson 3, just Charles's law versus Boyle's law. Charles said when temperature is increased at a constant pressure, volume increases, and then the opposite of that. And then Boyle said when pressure is increased at a constant temperature, volume decreases, and then the opposite. So that's it for your review. Go through this as many times as you need to before you take the quiz on Edmodo. And that's due on Tuesday. Have a great weekend.